It's time for the 5th week of the ECAC Top Plays of the Week here in the Fall 23 semester. As always, my name is Clutchkey, and by now, you know how this goes, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Bethel Pilots and Brooklyn Bulldogs in action in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where this series got heated, and we'll get to the recap in a second. But our top play comes from the very first set, where it's Blake on Luigi, and right as they're playing close to the ledge, this Luigi makes our casters go wild as he hits the sweet spot on King DDD.
What we expected, right?
Yeah,
like that situation was more what we expected.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, perfect pairing your own. No! Oh my god, Blake!
Orbital and Beautiful Crow on the call there, the shield and the sweet spot on the up special, so big risk and big reward lands up being the stock there for Blake. Now, despite Blake's efforts, it would be Brooklyn that would win set number 1. Set number 2, though, going down to the wire with one stock remaining on either side, but Bethel wins that showdown as we head to set number 3. In the end, though, it's Redok who was on the wrong side of our top clip and turned themselves to be the final blow to Blake and the Pilots as Brooklyn wins the series 2-1. Albany Great Danes and Florida International Panthers in Rocket League, which would have a great amount of clips, but our best one coming from game number 2. The Panthers winning game number 1, and it was looking like the Panthers were on their way to securing the second game of the series. But enter Juman Jitters from the Great Danes, who scored one of the best types of goals in Rocket League.
Directly to expired. Zernite's going to be there with the touch. Going to be over to the side looking for 2. Not going to be able to find it, but Isaac's able to push this down. This is going to be tough sledding ahead, and a great 50 by Zernite to get this down in front. Expired actually going to hit it away from their teammate. But this is going to be dangerous. Off the backboard. Can Juman make the read? He can! The 0-second equalizer to tie this up and put UA in an opportunity to be able to tie this series.
Visionary 1 and Pyro J making the call on the 0-second goal classic that makes Rocket League such a great game. But back to the series at hand, at the end of game 2, it was FIU that was able to get the golden goal. And as for the Great Danes, unfortunately, that 0-second goal would be the closest they would get to a win in the series. FIU shuts the door in games 3 and 4 as the Panthers earn the series sweep. Whoa, let's settle down for 1 second and let me tell you about the kickoff to the Season of Thanks giveaway series. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below and you could win a HyperX gaming keyboard. And if you follow ECAC Esports on X, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, your chances get even better. It's the Season of Thanks, so be on the lookout for more. Okay, let's go back to the action now, shall we? Central Missouri Mules and St. Joseph's Hawks in Overwatch 2 action, and the first map on Lijiang Tower would go the way of the Mules as they would win the last 2 sub-maps on Gardens and Control Center. Now to map number 2 on Kings Row, and the fortunes would turn around for the Hawks, and they would get some big plays. JaCrispy comes in on Orisa and spins the Javelin for a top clip.
With their minds online, this is where things get dangerous on the wrecking ball. Because you're in close quarters like this, it makes the minds very...
Well, PT Hanley gonna use that immortality to stay alive. Terror Surge gets 5 players inside of it. The immortality gonna keep the team alive for a short while, but the cleanup crew is here. And Central Missouri getting swept under the rug. 1 by 1, they fall.
Seymour into Tryhard Ray with you there, and well, I guess you could say JaCrispy gave them a surge of confidence heading to the rest of Kings Row, and that would lead up to the map win to tie the series at 1. In fact, that would be the turning point as St. Joseph's would take the next 2 on Junkertown and New Queen Street to get the series 3-1. Delaware Blue Hens and Penn State Barron Lions in Valorant, and this series went crazy. So crazy, in fact, that we're going to show you 2 clips. Map number 1 on Bind goes the way of the Blue Hens by a score of 13-7. So now we head to map number 2 on Split, and actually, this clip comes from the second round of the first half. Evan from Delaware got a 4K on Bind, but I think this Split one is a lot more impressive considering it's not using a Vandal, it's using the Ghost.
They threw down the Poison Orb, and it threw off Noble just enough to be able to get the kill with the Classic. Penn State Baron, they were down in the number, in the gun, but still Evan is alive. You gotta contend with them. And these headshots, they just don't miss. They just do not miss it. The call out! Merton inside the trip. Evan is an unreal player.
Yeah, the Cypher plays go kind of insane, and especially with the Ghost, that sneakiness of Evan just impressive. But despite Evan getting the clip and leading the Blue Hens to the first 2 rounds, it would be Penn State Barron Lions that get split 13-10. So we head to a map number 3 on Haven. Tied 5-5 in the map, and there's an operator in the hands of Armani who would call their own name for their own 4K on the one-shot weapon.
Step right back onto site. This is so scary as they're all collected. I mean, that's 2 down and a firing attempt for Evan, but can't get it done. Now the site retake.
Gonna throw it forward. Galvin gathers that little bit of information. Armani had set it up perfectly! And then Puff to follow through with the knives on the other side of this Doom. Didn't take any chances here, but the recon dart is gonna give enough information. And when I said it was just an operator, well, it turns out it was just what Penn State Baron needed.
Sam Talks and J Turbo on the call in that match, and Sam was right. They needed that win because that gave them the lead in round 11, but Delaware ties it up at the half. Now, folks, go and watch this back when you get a chance because Haven went so back and forth, but the final blow would be dealt by the Penn State Baron Lions, who get round 24, preventing overtime for the Blue Hens by defusing the spike with just 0.06 of a second left. Yeah, watch the faces of Sam and J Turbo at the end here. Penn State Baron gets the series win 2-1. And that does it for episode 5 here in the fall 23 semester of the ECAC Top Plays of the Week. And man, I can tell you, those were a lot of good plays. Don't forget, check out all of the social media to keep up to date. Plus, check out all of the streams that are happening almost every single weekday to find out what clips could land up right here on another episode of the ECAC Top Plays of the Week. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hope to see you in the next edition.